I'm looking forward to the draft right now, and honestly, I don't get the whole Mac Jones thing. I mean, especially because he's got the Heisman wide receiver, all those massive linemen who are walking out to coin tosses. I just don't want the Patriots to take Mac Jones. That's my biggest worry right now.
So you just put your evaluation cap on and you said Mac Jones not a quarterback for your team. You're a quarterback this year through 6 touchdowns.
That's right, exactly. So I know Mac Jones
almost threw that. Mac Jones almost threw that in the first half yesterday.
Yeah, to Devontae Smith. So if we can get Devontae Smith, Mac Jones, and the entire Alabama offensive line, maybe even Sark comes up too, then maybe, but you can't do that.
I will say it is interesting. I haven't watched enough film like you, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I've a ton.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Mitt was letting me know. He gave me this whole rundown. He put together an Excel sheet for me.
Nice. Okay. I don't know how that has anything to do with what we're talking about right now.
On Mac Jones.
You're trying to slip in something else.
Yeah,
What do you? No, I'm not trying to slip anything in.
That's what you're doing. You're
I just remember what you guys were talking about. I am not trying
why
to
the
slip
fuck else
anything.
would you even bring up Mitt?
Because Mitt's watched basically every single Bama game, college football game that's been played this year.
Why is that?
Yeah, but nobody knows that. So why would you say that publicly? Like, nobody thinks that Mitt is the authority on fucking film watching of Alabama. So why would you bring that up?
You haven't seen Mitt's film room?
Oh,
anyways,
we've heard about it.
You were trying. Yeah, exactly. That's what you were trying to do. Anyways, Michael Lombardi, former general manager for the Browns and coaching assistant and all that shit for Belichick. He said basically, whenever you talk about Mac Jones and other quarterbacks, that you have to look at every single throw in 2 different fashions. Was that a scheme completion? Or was that a quarterback completion?
Ooh.
So in college football, everybody's wide ass open, it seems like. If you have great athletes, your guys are wide ass open. And I've said this on record numerous times. I think I could win a Heisman right now if I was to go back and play quarterback, strictly because if you put me on a team where I could stand there and guys are going to be wide open, I can make every throw.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can make every throw. And the thing that Mac Jones does have, though, is because of Sarkisian's offense with the motion, he has been able to dissect defenses a little bit. And now, granted, college defense are very elementary compared to NFL defenses, and normally you can just look at the safety to tell very quickly what's going on, but he was able to do that at a very high rate this year, okay? Make decisions quickly. But it does feel like a lot of the passes that were completed yesterday were mostly scheme completions, which isn't Mac Jones' fault, but Mac Jones is going to have to prove, I believe, over the long haul here that he can put a ball in a keyhole if he has to, because in the NFL we've seen some quarterbacks get into the NFL. They had great schemes in college, but they're not used to guys not being wide ass open, and then maybe they don't pull the trigger. A la Tua Tagovailoa down in Miami. There was even a beautiful mic'd up moment between Ryan Fitzmagic and Tua. I believe it was in the Denver game, where Ryan Fitzmagic actually looked at Tua and he said, "Hey, some days it's just going to have to be 1-2, and you're just going to have to basically throw it." And Fitzmagic was basically saying, like, and if it's a pick, you're going to have to just start throwing the ball because you get scared. You kind of start double clutching a little bit because in college guys are wide open. The NFL, if somebody has a half a yard, like that's open, that's what you got to put that ball right there. That's why Joey Burrow has been so impressive because he can put it in there. Herbert's throwing the spots. And I think that's why you hear all these people complimenting these young quarterbacks because they're doing things that 4-year, 5-year vets in the NFL do, where normally a lot of young guys are a little bit hesitant, scared to throw guys open. Now, will Mac Jones let that thing slang? I mean, I looked at his body yesterday afterwards. He looks like he has a good time, it feels like. I'll be intrigued to see. Most quarterbacks, by the way, bad body.
Yeah. I mean,
they're like shooters in basketball. Like there's no reason. Now Andrew Luck yoked. Okay, there's been quarterbacks that have been absolutely yoked, but normally they want to be rather loose with the whole thing. Now they have to be tough, durable because they're taking a lot of shots, but you're not seeing a lot of normally yoked up quarterbacks for a reason because it's just like a basketball shooter. Like you don't need to be all tight like that. Mac Jones, I'll be excited to see how he is in the NFL. And Fields, by the way. I'll be pumped to see how he does in the NFL as well. I don't know if last night it was anywhere near enough to jump Trevor Lawrence. He made a couple great throws, led a couple great drives and everything like that. But I feel like Trevor Lawrence is pretty much locked into 1. Fields probably number 2. Zach Wilson, everybody's saying, is probably number 3. And then Mac Jones. Is Mac Jones number 4 in there?
This morning, ESPN had a mock draft of the Colts actually taking Mac Jones in the first round.
Oh, wow.
Which is weird because
what's up, man?
he does feel destined for the Bears, but I guess Frank loves him.
Nobody knows. Whose mock was it?
It might have been Maziano's. I'm not positive.
Fucking Maziano's out here doing mock drafts?
It might have been.
Early mock draft.
It might have been. I do not remember who it was accredited
Hey,
to.
if it ain't Todd or Mel, I don't want to fucking hear it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Man, could you imagine? because Zach Wilson probably be sitting there, I guess. Or they have Zach already taken?
Yeah, I think
Todd
Todd
has Zach Wilson go number 2 overall as quarterback, number 4 to the Falcons.
Yeah.
By the way, Zach, great athlete, I think. Like he'll test well, I think. Whenever people, I think he'll test very well. And he has some film this year that makes you think like, okay, guy's a stud potentially. But boy, we're not in the evaluation game.
Mac to Indy.
No, we're not.
Mac to Indy.
A little bit.
All roads should not lead to Indy. I'm sick of that, okay?
Why? It's a perfect place for a QB.
Every basic ass white quarterback, send him to Indy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Perfect.
Come on. Let's not be scared to go get a basic ass white dude up in Detroit that can sling the ball all over the yard. And we know he will not be scared to throw it into double, triple coverage if he has to, because he can make every single throw. And let's save that guy, okay? Let's save him from Detroit. That guy has sacrificed his back, his neck, both of his hands, ankles, knees, and his entire happiness to that goddamn city. Now, they have paid him handsomely.
Yes,
but it is maybe a time for Chris Ballard and Jim Irsay to extend a hand for a guy that's been drowning in money and sorrows up there in Detroit and say, hey, pal, come on down to an actual football team.
Come on.
That would be awesome.
Come
Pat,
home.
no disrespect to Phil Rivers at all, of course, but we all watched that game on Saturday and we said, if Matthew Stafford's the quarterback of the Colts, they win this game for sure.
By the way, we have said that. Not everybody has said that, though, by the way.
Really?
I've learned from the internet that not everybody has the same narrative about Matthew Stafford that I do because, by the way, I don't think you watch any Detroit Lions games.
Right.
Matt Stafford is a video game quarterback.
Stud.
It is unfucking believable watching him just pick apart. And there's no respect for him because his team sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not even going to be able to hire the guy from the fucking 15 minutes down the road who might actually like the Lions organization, Bob Salah. They're going to be fucked for a long time.
Pat.
Chris Spielman's going to be running the ship up there. Oklahoma drills in the front office.
Let's go.
What's up, dude?
I had this thought last night, like if Ben retires, like Stafford would be awesome. But then I realized that with Stafford comes Evan Fox's fandom.
yeah.
So be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.